Hi, I'm Tammy Burns, Integrated Body Coach, and I just want to welcome you back to day 4 of our video series on Take Back Your Life. My mission for 2023 is to help as many people as possible to be fit, fun, and free. And again, this means a lot of things to a lot of people. Like I said, this is day 4 of our Take Back Your Life series, which is just laying a foundation for our bigger 90-day transformation. And if you are just jumping into this series now, you might want to go back and watch the first ones because they will be building on one another. Also, a disclaimer before we begin. I'm new to YouTube, so every day I'm making it just a little bit better. Hang with me, and hopefully as the series gets on, the quality of these videos will also get on. However, I believe the content, even if the delivery is maybe a little less than perfect, the content can be life-changing. So please watch these videos, do the full program. If you're dropping in now, just go back and start from the beginning and take them step by step. Another thing I encourage you to do is not try to do everything all in one day, because life change takes time. And so we want to give ourselves time and give our body's time to adjust to the changes that we're trying to make. And we talk about that in earlier videos. So today, on week 4 of day 1, did you know that putting commitments into writing increases your likelihood of achieving your goal? It's true. We're often really good at keeping commitments to others, but not always to ourselves. So give yourself the respect and love and care that you deserve from you. Studies show that people who put a commitment in writing and sign it, and even go as far as recruiting some accountability from those close to them, have far greater success. Also, our ability to make a commitment and keep it improves our sense of self-efficacy and self-esteem, which this just rolls forward to make future commitments and habit changes easier. So when we have victory in 1 or 2 little things today, then it increases our chance of believing, because we believe that we can actually have victory and have change. That's our self-efficacy. Then it increases our chances of making those commitments and following through and being successful in the future. So there, I just said it twice. Furthermore, setting intentions and creating SMART goals, you've probably heard of those: specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. That will greatly increase your chances of success. So this will be more of a focus in week 2 on how to exactly set those SMART goals. That's something I do a lot in my coaching practice, is help people just come up with good goals. Because if you don't have a good goal, you can spend a lot of time chasing the wind and still wind up in the same place the next day, and you never really know if you achieved it or not, so you don't get the benefit of that feeling of self-efficacy and of accomplishment, which is extraordinarily valuable. So but for now, we're just going to begin to identify 1 or 2 behaviors that you know are not conducive to a better life. Okay, we have all of that. We all have them, and I'm going to share personally right now just a little bit for myself. And I've talked about this before, and if anybody knows me personally, you'll know that this is not the first time I've had this conversation, which is why it's significant. But I just recently broke up with my wine habit, I think forever, and I'm feeling really, really good about that today. But the last 2 weeks have been like awful, because my body is just kind of reacting to not having that regular shutdown at the end of the day. And I'm not a raging alcoholic, right? I'm not even an alcoholic. I'm not physically addicted or anything, but it's that psychological maladaptive behavior that alcohol had become for me. And I'm not making a judgment of anybody else. I'm saying for me, it was no longer serving me, and it was controlling me more than I was controlling it. And so I put it aside. Okay, that was one behavior that I knew was not conducive to a better life for me, is having that, evening glass of wine. So that we all have those things in our lives, and some of them are harder than others. I've been trying a long time to just kind of put this aside. So, but I did that. I'm feeling amazing, and if you want to talk more about that, message me. But new habits are built slowly and methodically, and dieting failure and riding the weight loss and gain roller coaster is frequently due to setting unrealistic goals and then not being able to adhere to a very strict program. So for these 30 days, it's going to be critical to put that thinking aside, okay? There's no quick fix and no amount of superhero strength that you're going to be able to bring to the table to speed things up. Accept that. There are little tips and tricks, but take that thinking out of your head. Think marathon. Don't think sprint. Or think a series of sprints maybe, all right? But it's a long process. It's not going to all be accomplished in one little short sprint. There's no magic pill that's going to do that for you and give you lasting change. Lifestyle change and new habits take time. So again, you might have immediate success, but you're likely going to find yourself in the same place or worse in 6 months. Another reason why we do a 90-day transformation, because like I've said before, it gives you time for life to happen, time to fall off the wagon, time to stumble and get back up, fix yourself, and continue on and still reach your goal within that time period. So let's break that cycle. And I just encourage you to think long term. Think permanent lifestyle changes resulting in a permanent physical health and fitness. And the exciting part about this is that the superhero never has to show up. Okay? We're going to just make little changes day upon day upon day in both our thinking and in our actions that will over time begin to retrain that inner elephant so that success is not such a battle. So step one, here's your strategy. Step one is put your intentions into writing. And there's a worksheet that you can download in the link below. This is my first link download, so please message me if it doesn't work. Let me know and I can fix it. But there's a worksheet below that can serve as a place to record a behavior that you would like to change, what obstacles might get in your way as you do that, and as an opportunity to make a commitment to yourself to improve your overall quality of life. And this also, you can just put this in your journal if you want. Just designate a page and just write those things. I'm going to read through those questions right now. And so you can just write them in your journal if you don't want to download the worksheet, or you can just download it and take a look at it in a PDF format, and that's fine also. But do take time to answer all the questions. And yes, find somebody to sign it as a witness, and perhaps an accountability partner. Okay, but even just a witness, maybe that guy at the grocery store you don't even know, just have them sign it. Just taking that action is going to move you a little bit closer to the likelihood that you're actually going to succeed. And these are just things that, behavioral people, they know, they've learned, they've studied, and they're legitimate strategies. So just trust me. Personal commitment and contract. Okay, so this is what it's going to be. So first of all, identify a health-related behavior that you believe is not in your best interest that you would like to change. So it could be something you're going to stop, or it could be something you're going to start, or it could be both. I'm going to stop my wine habit, and I'm going to add some calming tea at the end of the day before I go to bed. Okay, that's going to help me sleep. It's kind of replacing one with another. Oftentimes, if we're trying to take something out of our lives, it's helpful to put something back in to replace it so we don't feel this vacuum and loss, right? And this big hole. And so we need something in our hands. Or maybe instead of having, a glass of a vodka cranberry at the cocktail party, I'm going to get a club soda with a lime and just walk around. I'm going to put it in a vodka glass just so that I can feel like I'm having a drink. Okay, maybe that's part of my social identity and I feel better and more confident with a drink in my hand. There's things you can do like that. I'm going to stop doing this. I'm going to start doing this. Stop staying up till 3 a.m. binge watching, Netflix. Instead, I'm going to have a regular bedtime and get up at a certain time. So pick something in your life that first comes to mind and that you're willing to put out there. It doesn't have to be the most challenging problem in your life either. So please don't say, well, I'm just going to quit smoking if smoking's something you've been trying to quit for 15 years, right? Pick something that's pretty doable, and begin to this is practice, and this is just warming up our little, life change muscles, little baby steps. Again, we're not trying to change the whole elephant. We're just trying to take little baby steps. And then so identify that thing, and then ask yourself, what do you believe would be better in your life if you made this change? All right, how's that going to help? I'm going to feel better. I'm going to have more energy. I'm going to lose weight easier because I don't have all these empty calories. I'm not going to binge eat after I drink because I just don't care anymore. Okay, so there's things that are going to change. How do you think your life is going to be better? And then what do you foresee will be your greatest obstacles as you implement this change? That's a good one, because we're all going to have obstacles. and anticipate those. If you anticipate them, you're going to be more likely to overcome them. Then list some strategies that you could employ that will help you overcome these obstacles. All right, strategies to overcome those. And what resources do you have to support you in your goal? Resources could be people. I'm going to ask my husband to please not bring wine home and store it in the kitchen. All right. I mean, I don't care if he has a glass of wine at night or his cocktail or whatever. He's, my life is my life, but he could help me by helping me be accountable to my goal. Or maybe friends say, you know what, instead of getting together for happy hour, I'm kind of doing this drinking thing, so maybe we could have coffee instead. Okay, so what resources do you have? Maybe there's a book you could read on that's going to help you stick to your goal. Or maybe there's resources on the internet, or maybe you have some equipment that you need that you have if you want to, for example, start a workout program or something like that. Okay. How can you establish some accountability in this area? That's another really good thing. We have somebody signing our contract, but then what is some daily accountability that you can put in your life? Think about that. I'm not going to tell you what they are because you're going to come up with your own ideas of what accountability looks like and is meaningful to you. And then how will you reward yourself once you have achieved this behavior change? That's another really important thing. It's helpful to have some kind of little reward out there. You don't have to reward yourself every time, you pass up the cookie jar, but as you demonstrate some long-term change, it's nice to reward yourself and to have something to give back and say, okay, I did it and I got this, and celebrate. And then this is an important one. Don't skip this last part. Write a paragraph to describe your life 6 months from now, once this behavior change has been established. Okay, so what's today? February 3rd. So 6 months from now will be July 3rd. I'm going to wake up on July 3rd, and how is my life going to be different? How is it going to be? Where am I going to be? I can anticipate that. And how is my life going to be different? How am I going to feel different? How am I going to look different? How am I going to act different? What's different? And so celebrate that, because beginning to feel that now kind of helps align this inner elephant, our subconscious, with the positive feelings that are going to come from overcoming some temporary, maybe difficult feelings and experiences as we try and break some bad habits. So that's I guess that's your strategy. And then as you journal, the journaling assignment for today is, in your journal, describe in a few words how you feel about making the changes above. I have to tell you, when I decided that I really had to make this break with my daily drinking habit, not mostly daily, right? It was not a happy decision. I was like really angry for like a week, and then I was depressed and I had no motivation, and for the last 2 weeks I've just asked my husband, I've been just kind of an emotional energy sucker, energy drain, just not a nice person to have around the camper or the house every day. And it was not a happy thing. I didn't like making that. I didn't want to make that decision, but I know I need to, because I'm going to be better because of it. So now I feel amazing. We went to a cocktail party at a bar last night, and I felt great. I didn't have to drink. I didn't feel like I was being ripped off. I didn't feel like I was missing out on anything. I drove home confidently, because I knew I was good, and I felt good, and it was good. And I'm so happy that I'm in that place, and I'm not on this, this roller coaster of needing that evening drink to manage my emotions, because I'm learning and I'm getting stronger doing that. That's a lot to say. All that to say, how are you feeling about this? Is it exciting? Depressing? Are you hopeful? And are you confident? How confident are you that you're going to succeed this time? Sometimes we start off and we're like, yeah, screw it. I'm just going to fail again. If you're feeling that way, just write it down, but do it anyway. Do it anyway and talk to somebody about it. And then there's another video. There's a video in the resources below by James Clear, and he is the author of Atomic Habits. And this book, again, changed my life. A lot of what I talk about is based on this book, and this is an awesome little, I think it's just an 8-minute video where he describes this process of atomic change, or Atomic Habits, how little tiny habits put together make big changes. Okay, everything in the world is made up of atoms, right? But they're little teeny tiny things that when you put them all together with a purpose and a strategy, they make huge changes. And so I encourage you to watch that little YouTube video. Click on it in the link below. And your challenge for the day is write down 3 things that went well today. In your journal, just do it. It says a little bit, maybe nothing, maybe everything to do with the lesson today, but it's a really good thing to do. Write down 3 things that went well today. Take a few minutes to contemplate those things. Don't just write them down, but really feel them and really feel gratitude today as you think about those things. And write them down. Feel the joy, feel the happiness. And while you're doing that, just kind of notice, what does that feel like in your body? We kind of our negative emotions, we can feel them. But then it's also important to notice our positive feelings. What does it feel like? Where do you feel it in your body? And just be curious. Maybe it's in your face. Maybe it's in your heart. Maybe it's in your big right toe. I don't know. But you have a place in your body where you carry joy and happiness and gratitude. And so look for that. Okay, that is all I have for today. Again, thank you for joining me here. And I look forward to having you back tomorrow for our next chapter. What are we at here? Day 5. We're on day 4, so tomorrow day 5 of our Take Back Your Life challenge. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you like what you're seeing and you're interested in getting updates and staying connected. Please subscribe. It helps me. Hopefully it'll help you, and share with a friend. So thanks, and have an awesome rest of your day.